The accused persons, who were all Mamprises, were arrested almost 2 weeks ago after renewed chieftaincy disturbances that led to the loss of lives in Bawku in the Upper East region. After being airlifted to Accra, the 12 persons, including some low-ranking elders of the Nairi, were detained for days without any charges until a bail application moved by their counsel, Martin Pebu, forced prosecutors to charge them with unlawful assembly with offensive weapons and conduct conducive to the breach of peace. On Friday, they were finally granted bail by an Accra High Court to the sum of 20,000 Ghana cedis each, with one surety. They all pleaded not guilty to the charges and are expected to reappear before the court on February 12, 2022. Following their release, the accused persons on Saturday received a rousing welcome in Mampurgu communities as they made their way to the traditional capital Nalirgu to prepare their journey back to Bawku. The accused persons were driven in a convoy to Gambaga, where the resident had been waiting for many hours on the street to wave and welcome them as they made their way to the Nairi. At the King's Palace, amidst drumming and dancing, an uncontrollable, excited Mamprusi youth scrambled to catch a first glimpse of the accused persons, who were being hailed as freedom fighters. At his private chamber with members of his royal court, the overlord welcomed the youth and gave them a listening ear. An executive of the Mamprugu Youth Association offered their greetings to the overlord and said they were first of all displeased by the way a manner the president, through his security agencies, arrested and manhandled his kinsmen who were in Bawku on a mission on his behalf. The youth drew the attention of the king to a statement said to have been made by the Minister of Culture and Chieftaincy, suggesting the Bawku chieftaincy dispute had been settled by the Supreme Court. The youth said the arrest of the chief's elders and their subsequent detention was a show of gross disrespect to the authority of the overlord, for which reason they expressed their anguish and asked the overlord to retaliate against the government. The overlord, however, called for calm. He told the youth he had had sleepless nights over the matter and admonished them to exercise maximum restraint to avoid further escalations. The youth spoke to Joy News after the meeting with the overlord.
As law-abiding citizens and peace lovers, we wish to make the following requests through you to the government to consider with immediate effect to bring closure to the persistent conflict in Bawku, which affects Mamprugu in general. 1. That the government finds and prosecute the criminals who gruesomely murdered 2 of our innocent brothers who were on a business trip to Kulungugu. 2. That our kinsmen are released unconditionally instead of being admitted to bail. If the government has any genuine charges against them, they should proceed to prosecute, and we are ready to defend them in the law court. 3. That government should stop peddling falsehood about the existence of a court ruling confirming Aburago as the legitimate chief of Bawku. We challenge them to publish any such ruling, indeed, if there is any. Number 4, that the government should stop taking sides and meddling in chieftaincy matters in Bawku, as the Constitution of the Republic of Ghana gives him no such powers to declare anyone anywhere as a legitimate chief of or otherwise. That the president should be more responsible and assume a nation-building posture and set up a committee of eminent chiefs immediately to look into the Bawku chieftaincy matter, just as was done to resolve the Dagbon chieftaincy crisis.
From Nalirgu, Ilyasu Tanko reporting.